Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show. In today's gaming news, WildStar preps for its free-to-play transition, play Rising Thunder now, and we won't be hearing about the next Elder Scrolls game for quite some time. So the fall season is almost upon us, which means it's time for back to school, putting on those sweaters, and going apple picking at ye olde local farm. It also means that it's time for another MMO to transition into free-to-play. WildStar is getting ready for its free-to-play transition by starting closed beta testing right now. Now the game is ultimately gonna be the same, just with a separation between free-to-play and pay-to-play players, namely the people who purchase that premium membership are gonna have more options and access to more things like additional character slots, circles, auction house buy and sell options, currency and XP bonuses, the list goes on, but it's namely convenience things, which I think is ultimately the best way to go about approaching this. Now I am definitely interested in giving WildStar another look. I did really enjoy my time with it, and I would like to play an engineer tank again. Could someone tell me if those guys are any good anymore, because they were pretty baller back when I played. I'll be interested to see how it looks from that free-to-play player's perspective, which is how I'd like to try it, just to give you guys some insight and to know what to expect. So expect some video coverage from me on this version of the game at some point in the future. Next up, I want to let you guys know that the Rising Thunder Alpha is now available to play for all. Rising Thunder is an upcoming free-to-play PC fighting game that looks to take some of the complexity out of fighting games, namely just to simplify the inputs needed to actually get special moves and all that stuff done. It's one of the, I guess, sticking points for a lot of people when it comes to jumping into fighting games, is that there's so many combinations of things and you need to learn about matchups and stuff, and then to have that extra complexity of the inputs to actually complete moves, it just ends up being, I guess, a little too much. At least these guys think so. So they've looked to simplify it. I think the character models look really cool and the art style that they're going with, and once again, the alpha is available to all. If you go over to risingthunder.com, sign up, you'll get access right away. You can try this game out and let me know what you think. Now I've got some pretty sad news for those of us who are fans of the single player Elder Scrolls titles, and that is that we probably won't be hearing about the next installment anytime soon. In an interview with Dual Shockers at this year's Gamescom, Bethesda's VP of Marketing Pete Hines said that the studio is 100% focused on Fallout 4 and doesn't think we'll be hearing about the next Elder Scrolls game in a very long time. Now I can't say that this comes as much of a surprise. Fallout 4 isn't even out yet, so they're not going to be like, hey guys, this is the next thing we're working on, and take away hype from the thing that they've been working on for the past 4 or 5 years, however long it's been. Not too surprising, but a bit of a dagger to the heart for those of us who were looking forward to the next single-player Elder Scrolls title. And lastly, I just wanted to let you guys know about 7 minutes of gameplay footage that was released from IGN for the title For Honor. Now, just as a quick refresher, this is the multiplayer melee-focused combat game that pits 3 factions against each other in large-scale encounters. I talked about this game when it was first revealed. I think it was at this year's E3. It was a couple of months ago anyway. And I said it looked pretty cool, but I wanted to see more about it. Well, after seeing this gameplay, I have to say, I'm pretty excited. It looks really cool. Basically, there are large-scale encounters with a ton of AI forces clashing into each other, but then a select few number of actual players. In the video that they showed today, it showed a 4v4 encounter, but with tons of AI. So basically, you can hack and slash your way through these dumb AI enemies, and then every so often, you're going to get an encounter with a real person, which is going to require actual skilled combat. The game's got this guard system where you can be protecting yourself from certain attacks, but the enemy will try to counter that guard positioning. All around, I really liked what I saw. Now, the IGN play seemed to be pretty shit, or at least the capture footage that they had was lagging like hell, but besides the frame rate issues, assuming that it's either IGN's crappy video player or just they captured it in an unoptimized state, that stuff aside, I'm pretty excited about what I saw, so I'm going to be keeping my eyes on For Honor, and I'll be giving you guys updates more on it in the future. All right, that is going to do it for today's episode of The Feed. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you have a fantastic afternoon. Once again, this has been Force, and you have just been force-fed. So I'm all for people trying to do their own thing, but look, if you're going to do something, you have to do it right, and IGN, I gotta tell you, your video player is garbage. It doesn't load the video half the time, but it will let me watch the same ad 5 times in a row. It's just not good. I'm not trying to make like a YouTube monopoly. I mean, it'd be kind of good for me, but that stuff aside, you can't just, if it doesn't work, use the shoe that fits, or what's the saying? The shoe... Just get another video player or fix the one that you have, please.